Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, I'd like to begin a series whereby I'm going to impart some knowledge to you about the power that already resides within you. I want you to know that if you are committed to any worthy plan or goal and begin to employ the principles that I'm about to impart unto you, you're going to see a tremendous acceleration of power in your life regarding those principles and the goals that you have set forth. I'm going to read a short passage from one of my books called Ascend to the Secret Place, and pay very close attention of what it has to say about words and the power of its origin. I'm in chapter 11, The Power of Words. Life listens to what we believe, and then it manifests the glory of our beliefs. Life listens to what we believe, and then it begins to manifest the glory of what we believe. Now, why is that so? How is that possible? Are we so powerful that we can use the institution of language to manifest something that we desire in life? The answer is in part yes and no. Yes, we are powerful, but that power does not originate with us. It passes through us. It originates with God. It passes through us. It is an eternal vehicle that we use to, in fact, establish that we are truly made in the image of God, in His likeness, and in His kind. Now, I happen to know that one can program oneself with the proper thoughts to accomplish things that are not natural to us. For example, I'm fluent in 4 foreign languages. The tools that help me to expedite proficiency in foreign language were words. Those words are alive because they are fueled or energized by our beliefs. If we believe a certain thing within our heart, mind, and soul, then what happens is we begin to tap into things in the outer universe, and we begin to employ those things in our lives. Now, I said in two parts that yes, we are powerful, but then that power does not originate within ourselves, and it doesn't. See, the energy, it originates with God. And because we believe a certain thing, we become empowered by that belief, and then we begin to attract the necessary components that are associated with that belief in order to reach our goals. For example, when I said that I was going to become fluent in Spanish, many things began to happen. As I began to believe that, I found myself in positions in grocery stores, or just out at markets, or at bus stops, or in museums where I ran into Spanish-speaking people, and I just began to start conversations with what little Spanish that I knew. But notice this. Because I believed that I would learn, I began to attract to me Spanish-speaking people. And I attracted the right teachers, the right tutors, the right everything, simply because I had a desire that I believed in. And I went on to do the same thing with another 3 languages until I became fluent in 4. Now, you might ask a question, and rightfully so, what does languages have to do with the point of my conversation? Well, it's a good question. What happens is life is a language in itself. Belief enforces a particular type of language. It doesn't matter whether your beliefs are positive or negative, they are still effective. Because what happens, the universe does not make a moral distinction between a positive thought and a negative thought. It simply responds to a consistent thought. Now, behind that thought is a belief. And because you believe a certain thing, you'll speak a certain thing, and you'll receive information commensurate with that belief. In other words, if you read books or hear speeches or talk to people and their ideas and theories and philosophy is not consistent with your idea, you'll reject, or you have the capacity and likelihood and inclination to reject that information. Because far and foremost, you have a belief system that is governing your actions, your dreams, your speaking, your writing, etc. Now, some people will look at this religiously, and I want to make a distinction there. Some people will look at this information religiously and say, well, if I believe a certain thing, then does that mean that it's going to come to pass? Well, it's not going to come to pass if you don't believe that you need to apply yourself. You can say that you believe that you're going to get a good education, or you believe that you're going to have a successful business, or you believe that you're going to have a successful marriage, or whatever that desire might be. If you truly believe that, your actions will reflect it. If you come to understand that the words you speak are simply a reflection of an energy or a spirit within yourself, and that spirit could be either positive or negative. Again, the universe doesn't make a moral distinction regarding your beliefs. So if a criminal believes that he or she could go out and rob a bank, if they think about it long enough, they'll begin to plan it, and they'll probably at least attempt it because they believed it. Therefore, there's no moral distinction. As opposed to a legitimate business person deciding to start a business, the same process happens with them without moral distinction. Now, the reason I'm communicating these principles to you right now is because I want you to be thoroughly aware that what comes from your mouth is powerful. And if you really believe what you're saying, then you need to pay attention to what life is saying to you. It's going to correspond with your beliefs. If you put it out there, people put that belief, what you believe, if you put it out there in the universe, it's going to tap into people who are going to be useful components toward your fulfilling your goal. They're going to be like-minded people. They're going to be people who really desire to help you. And you might wonder, why are these people so eager to help you? Well, the point of the matter, the truth of the matter, is that it was never about you. It was about the idea that you gave birth to. It came from a greater place than yourself. It resided within you, and you became the vessel that is used to attract the catalyst that is going to take you there. So what I'm saying to you is pay very close attention to the words you speak, and pay very close attention to what you believe. If you believe that you're going to accomplish a certain thing, that each day you should look for signs that are going to lead you there. Pay attention to the strangers that you meet. Pay attention to the sermons that you hear, the speeches that you hear, the books that you just so happen to read. Look, everything happens for a reason, so you didn't so happen to do anything. If you went to a bookstore and you were attracted by a particular book, the energy and the frequency that you're on is consistent with what you believe and the goals that you desire to achieve. Now, this is only part one. I'm going to take this up later and we'll go more into detail. But the thing that I want you to focus on is the line that I earlier read from my book, Ascend to the Secret Place, The Power of Words. Life listens to what we believe, and then it manifests the glory of our beliefs. So I want you to know that there is an ear in the universe. There are angels assigned to you. And when you speak, you empower them to gather the resources that you need to accomplish what you will. Ask yourself daily, what is it that you believe? Listen very closely to what comes out of your mouth and ask yourself if that is what you really believe. And if you don't, discard the conversation forever.